When you think of elite Saints defenders, the people that may come to mind are guys like Marshawn Lattimore, Demario Davis, and Cam Jordan, just to name a few. And if you watch Saints games week in and week out over the past couple of seasons, this name has surely yet to come to mind. Before we move on the screen right now is a percentage of you who watch the videos and aren't subscribed. It's a lot, so please hit that subscribe button. It only takes a few seconds, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyway, my name is Valente, and today I'm going to talk about how Paulson Adebo can potentially be the next great ball hawk in the NFL. But before we get into that, we must talk about how we got here.
With the 76th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Paulson Adebo, defensive back, Stanford.
The New Orleans Saints came off a 12-4 season and lost in the divisional round. But with the departure of Jackrabbit Jenkins, there was a void at cornerback that needed to be filled, which is where Paulson Adebo falls into place. Paulson Adebo spent 4 seasons at Stanford, however only saw action in his sophomore and junior seasons, while not playing in his freshman season and senior seasons. Adebo was originally going to declare for the 2020 draft, but then decided to return to Stanford for his senior season, all to just opt out of the 2020 season to declare for the NFL draft. Over his 2 active seasons, he totaled 8 interceptions for each season and put himself in a great position to have a future in the NFL. When Paulson was drafted by the Saints, he was immediately thrown to the Wolves and into the starting lineup. His first game was against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Paulson during most of the game was tasked with going up against proven commodity Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Paulson showed some incredible flashes and even foreshadowed what we all knew he could be, an amazing ball hawk. Adebo went on to have 3 interceptions in his rookie season, with some amazing plays against quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan. Fast forward to 2023, and now Paulson is having an incredible season, tallying 4 interceptions during his first 9 weeks, only playing in 7 of those, and is currently second in interceptions in the entire NFL, only behind Geno Stone for the Ravens. I want to talk about his weaknesses and what makes him more of a ball hawk defender than any. So, Paulson Adebo has trouble winning leverage over other receivers, and if he knows the receiver is going to win the route, a lot of the time he resorts to holding, ultimately costs the team, leading to pass interferences, which he isn't the full reason, but one of the main reasons that the Saints are leading in pass interference calls on defense in the entire NFL. His strengths are what can turn him into an elite ball hawk, though. Paulson Adebo thrives in situations where the ball is thrown his way in contested situations. Most, if not all, of his interceptions were made in contested situations. But besides all that, Adebo is always around the ball, and QBs are testing him, and soon might regret it. Let's take a look at some plays from Adebo this season. Okay, here we are in week 1. We're going to be focusing on his strengths this video and what makes him such a great potential ball hawk in the NFL. But week 1 here against the Tennessee Titans, and like I was talking about earlier, the things that he does best, when a QB attacks him and he messes up, and a QB makes any sort of mistakes, Paulson Adebo is going to take advantage of that. So we're going to look at this play here and show what Paulson Adebo can do. Now, as you can see, down here in the bottom, we got DeAndre Hopkins on Paulson Adebo. You think this would be a mismatch based off of the way he played in 2022, and you think that Paulson Adebo is more of a liability than an asset, and you think Alontae Taylor should be starting on the outside. That was the consensus view going into the season. But Paulson Adebo made a hell of a play here, so let's look at it. So, Paulson's going to press. He's kind of going to win this press. However, DeAndre Hopkins has the outside. And Tannehill's going to want to throw this ball to the outside or above the head of Adebo to the point where he can't jump for it. But Adebo's keeping up here. Tannehill's going to throw. Adebo's going to see that ball, and he's just going to let go of Hopkins and go for that ball, and bang. Huge play. We're going to see a different angle here. So, as you can see, Tannehill, he's going to drop back. He's going to feel pressure from Romario. And you're just going to see Paulson Adebo break off that ball. Okay, here we are in Week 8 against the Indianapolis Colts and Gardner Minshew. Now, this play really isn't all that, and it probably doesn't help nor hurt his case, but it's just something that I want to showcase. So, here we go. Obviously, you can see Josh Downs is going to motion, and you're going to see Tyrann Mathieu, I believe this is, picking up, or Jordan Howden. Tyrann Mathieu or Jordan Howden picking up on Downs, so you can obviously see that this is some sort of man coverage. So you got Michael Pittman down here on Adebo. Minshew's gonna fake the handoff, roll out, and just chuck that. Here's the mistake. It was a cross-body throw, just because of the angle he was throwing at, and I don't even think he was grounded there. But either way, he makes the mistake, and he throws the ball straight to Paulson Adebo. And Pittman's going to try and play DB. And Paulson Adebo is going to bring this all the way back to the 30. Now, like I said, nothing really helping or hurting his case with this play. It just shows that Adebo's always going to take advantage of those balls you throw to him. We're going to see this again here. Obviously, you see that kind of off-balance throw. It's still a good-looking ball, and it's just a terrible throw. It's a good-looking ball, but it's a terrible accuracy, and Adebo just makes him regret it there. All right, now here we are in the game against the Chicago Bears, and we're gonna have a couple plays to talk about in this game, so bear with me. No pun intended. First one, we got here Tyson Bagent in an empty backfield. Now, despite Tyson Bagent being a D2 quarterback, this is still an NFL level play from Paulson Adebo. So let's take a look at this. Bagent's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back. It's obviously some sort of zone coverage, like cover 3 kind of. I don't know. I'm not too deep into coverage. You see the 2 eye safeties. Might be cover 2. Either way, right here you got Bagent trying to scan. He's got other receivers. He could have this guy right here. He could have Deontay Foreman on the check down. But what Adebo does is he's going to let Tyson Bagent think that Cole Kmet's open. Obviously, you can see his eyes looking towards Cole Kmet right now. Adebo's going to wait till he cocks that back and jumps in front of it and makes probably the play of his career so far. Adebo made a damn good of a read there on the quarterback. Watch this again. You're going to see Bagent look around through his progressions. Yep, there it is. And then boom, Adebo just jumps that. And let's just say a one hell of a play by Adebo. And let's move on. Okay, here we are back late in the Bears game. Near the end, you obviously see that Adebo back here. Tyson Bagent is going to drop back. Obviously, the Bears are down. They need to throw. And Adebo is here on, I think, Tyler Scott or Darnell Mooney. Okay. He's going to launch this ball, and Adebo's just going to jump right in front of it. Again, capitalizing on every QB's mistake, and that's his upside. That's his major, thing in his game. He's going to capitalize everything that the quarterback does. So I think that Adebo potentially has a chance to become an all-pro corner this season and many seasons to come. There's obviously some things he needs to improve on, and he has a huge upside for the Saints defense. And to wrap it all up, Paulson's been making play after play for the Saints defense this season, and fans, including myself, are starting to appreciate and understand the story of the next great NFL ball hawk.